As you sit down for your favorite show, there is one thing that always greets you: the opening. When the final battle comes to a close, there's a little send-off to wish you a good night, the ending. An opening can do so much for an anime. One example I can think of is the famous Tokyo Ghoul opening. It's an opening that is so widely praised and known that you can blast it anywhere and an anime fan will come running. It helped boost Tokyo Ghoul's popularity even further, prompting several awful sequels. Endings don't get enough love. They're more skipped over than openings. I personally love endings just as much as openings. They are like anime's goodbye message to you. They're saying come back next week for more. One series ending that always pushed me over the edge was FMA Brotherhood's. The one that stood out the most to me was the final one, Ray of Light. FMA Brotherhood was a very emotional, compassionate show, and I feel as if this ED captured it perfectly. You might be wondering, why am I talking about opening and endings anyway? Well, it's because one artist in particular has been rocking the music industry, and I feel as if I should put him out there. You might have heard of him from an opening from one of the biggest shows of 2017.
あの時、僕が言って欲しかったのは、言って欲しかった言葉は、
君はヒーローになれる。
That's right, this artist is none other than the fantastic Kenshi Yonezu. You're probably scratching your head right now saying, who is Kenshi Yonezu? Well, I assume that because you clicked on this video. His voice can be heard in many fan favorite openings like Peace Sign, to endings like Orion, to even the big screen in his duet with Daiko in Fireworks. Should we see it from the side or from the bottom? Am I reading that right? Holy f***. He is currently one of Japan's hottest singers with hits like Lemon and Loser becoming a radio staple. I recently have come to love everything he's putting out there, with his newest release being Teenage Riot. I know, super edgy. I wanted to talk about who this man is and how his lyrics and music fit so perfectly with the shows he is opening up for and ending. He's probably one of my biggest inspirations today actually. He is so criminally underrated and unheard of in the West that I had to get his name out there. I'm BriThi, your local DJ, and in this video I'm going to give a little backstory on who Kenshi Yonezu is and highlight his music in the anime industry from shows like My Hero Academia and March Comes In Like a Lion. If you enjoyed this video, then consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you want to join my ever-growing little family, then consider hitting that subscription button. That out of the way, let's jump into it. We're no better place to start a story than the beginning, and in this beginning, we go to 2006. Kenshi Yonezu started dabbling in music in 2006 when he started a band and performed in the school cultural festival. That's right boys, your slice of life animes are not all lies. People actually perform at cultural festivals. Don't let your weeb dreams be dreams. After writing and performing a few of his songs, he decided to post them up on the video sharing website Nico Nico Doga using the alias Hachi. Just like all beginners, none of his songs really hit amazing numbers. We all start somewhere. Hachi would go on to ride an electronic phenomenon that no one could ever see coming, from obscurity to massive recognition. That's right, the rise of Vocaloids helped spur Hachi from a stranger to a more prominent figure. Oh god, I'm not Japanese, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher this, but the song Musanda Hirate Recita to Makura amassed over 1 million views. This was his first milestone in his music career. This success prompted a restart on his Nico Nico account, with him erasing all of his prior releases. After cleansing his page, he would continue to release more Vocaloid hits, with a few going to be featured in Exit Tunes, a Japanese music publisher. Some of these songs even went on to be used in rhythm games like Hatsune Miku, Project Diva Extend, and Project Diva F. There were scattered releases on the Hachi account with multiple videos hitting 1 million views. People would come to recognize his Vocaloid work, but his real voice would still be unrecognizable to the public. In the next few years, he would come and join and leave multiple bands before finding a home in the newly formed label Balloon. This label was created for the sole purpose to get internet musicians more recognition and get them out there. Due to him putting more effort towards growing his own branded name, the production of Vocaloid songs on the Hachi account slowed to a grinding halt. Under this new label, he was finally able to produce an album not under Hachi, but under Kenshi Yonezu with his own voice. In 2012 came the release of Diorama, To promote his album, he and Balloon distributed free CD samples to multiple stores like Tower Radios and multiple others. That's right boys, this man was out here grinding. This release became the studio's biggest success and sold over 45,000 copies. This prompted the major label Universal Sigma to sign Kenshi Yonezu. This would be the first big break that Yonezu was looking for. Just a few months later, Hachi would make a surprising return with a breakthrough hit in Donut Hole. This gesture and release from Yonezu showed that his passion towards the Vocaloid scene was still there. I deeply respect this move because it really shows he is still the same person despite the success he is seeing. The Nico Nico community also adores Yonezu, with many of his songs entering their Hall of Fame, and even one song entering the Hall of Myths. Now if you aren't a total weeb, you probably have no idea what these categories are. The Hall of Legends are songs that surpass 100,000 views on Nico Nico, while the Halls of Myth are songs that surpass 10 million views. To put it into perspective, there are less than 10 songs in the Hall of Myths category. This just goes to show how popular Hachi is on the platform. The massive resurgence in Hachi was matched by Yonezu's first album from a major label releasing in 2014, that being Yankee. Over the course of 2015, Yonezu would produce another album called Bremen. This album would go on to become a gold-selling album like Yankee. This catches us up to Kenshi Yonezu's backstory. While being such a big, prominent figure in Japan with releases like Loser, Yonezu would be unknown worldwide. That was until a phenomenon began to take its rounds around the world. That's right, a byproduct of My Hero Academia's overwhelming popularity was the rise of Kenshi Yonezu to worldwide acclaim. You all have heard it by now, it's everywhere. Kenshi Yonezu's song Peace Sign would go to Japan's top 100 Billboard and show worldwide success with My Hero Academia viewers. So you might be wondering, what makes Peace Sign stick out from all these other openings? I myself wondered this, and I think I finally figured it out. Let's take a trip and dive into the lyrics and see how it complements My Hero Academia so perfectly while still being a fantastic song for non-anime viewers. My Hero Academia's main protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, is no stranger to feeling powerless. Born quirkless, he dreams one day of becoming a hero. With the help of All Might, his goal of becoming the greatest hero might even come true. But you probably know that. During Season 2, we follow Deku and the class as they train to become pro heroes. This lyric reflects the training they must undergo, and it isn't easy. We see Deku train with Gran Torino in order to master his quirk, which, by the way, Deku should have been training with him like forever ago. In that short amount of time, he mastered more of his quirk than all of his time with All Might. Sorry All Might, imagining the egg in the microwave ain't it, Chief? It isn't just Deku we see that is constantly training though. In Ochako's battle versus Bakugo, we can see the manifestation of all her training as she is barely defeated by him. This is where the lyrics from Peace Signs come into play. One big thing that the lyric says is that it's easy to give up. These lyrics can be so easily translated into real life as everybody has contemplated giving up at some point. So many nights where I'm just done with my job or with school, and it's just so easy to give up, to just say I quit and never show up to class again. I'm not alone either. Millions of people think the same thoughts. It takes guts to persist. It takes plenty of courage. It's easy to take your losses and stay down, but you have to find the courage to persist through all the hardships and push beyond. Beyond plus ultra. All Might can be seen as one of Midoriya's biggest motivations and motivators. Throughout his whole journey to become the #1 hero, All Might is there for him. He essentially becomes Midoriya's inner voice, guiding him when his back is against the wall. This lyric reflects the inner motivations we all have that drives us forward with an overwhelming passion. Because are you really giving it your all if you aren't passionate about it? One of the best examples comes from the best girl of the show, who definitely does not belong to Bakugo. That's right, we're talking about Ochako once more. We learned that a big factor for her to become a pro hero is money. Sounds like a shitty reason, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. Her desire is to give her parents an easy life. This provides her a voice to push her forward even after losing to Bakugo in the sports festival tournament. It is as clear as day how passionate she is towards becoming a hero and finally helping her parents. This moment struck me the hardest and the tears couldn't stop coming. This passion is hard for everybody to have, but I'm sure most people out there can connect with this lyric in some way, shape, or form because we all have that voice inside of us pushing us further. We just need to get over the edge. Peace Sign grew to be My Hero Academia's most successful opening worldwide. Its combination of raw emotion and meaningful lyrics pushed it one above the rest. We can see just from these two lyrics how well this opening reflects My Hero Academia's second season. With how well the anime community took Peace Sign, it's no shocker to anyone that he created another song for another anime. This time around for an ending rather than an opening. It, being Orion from one of my all-time favorite animes, March Comes In Like a Lion.
大きな川沿いの小さな町でこれから僕は暮らしてゆく
March Comes In Like a Lion is an emotional slice of life that delves into deep mental health issues. It is an anime that sheds light on topics like depression to realistic effect. It follows Rei Kiriyama, a pro shogi player in the Kawamoto family. One key dynamic that the show highlights is the mentally drained Rei and the bright trio of sisters. These sisters attempt to help pull Rei from his darkness. They are so far very successful due to they themselves experiencing similar hardship. You can feel how much they affect Rei and how much he appreciates them. One big thing that Orion highlights in its lyrics is how special a group of people or an individual can be to someone. Orion's lyrics feels as if it is a love letter from Rei expressing his gratitude towards the Kawamotos. He appreciates their overwhelming kindness, their ability to treat him as family, and most of all, their ability to accept his flaws. Let's dive into some of these lyrics and see how this love letter unfolds and how it can appeal to non-anime fans alike.
あなたの指がその胸がその瞳が眩しくて少しめまいがする夜もある
Something that really sets the Kawamotos apart from any other character is their spirit. Every time Rei visits, the moment that door opens, light illuminates the darkness that surrounds Rei. Their energy is something that cannot be ignored. Rei's complex emotions and unstable mental health are blown away by the kindness that people like Akari present. One good example is when Akari first meets Rei on the street. He is a drunken mess and can barely stand. She decides to take him in and care for him instead of just leaving him by. This speaks volumes about her character as she is able to take in a total stranger. These lyrics come to highlight to me how Rei sees every member of the Kawamoto family, from Hina showing him kindness in any situation to Momo's bountiful energy and smiles. This can easily translate to real life when it comes to love. People every day are infatuated with someone. Some people are even so infatuated that the person could be a ray of light in their life. Have you ever just been so madly in love with someone that they become your life? Me neither, but I'm sure plenty of people can relate. People can fall into a dark place, so dark that you completely lose your way. Although someone or maybe something will come along and illuminate that darkness. Make sure when that light comes along, you grab on tight and hold on for the ride.
神様どうかどうか声を聞かせてほんのちょっとでいいからもう二度と離れないようにあなたと二人あの星座のように
Being separated from a loved one isn't easy, whether it be moving away for school or for work. In this case, Rei has a major absence in the Kawamoto home due to an upswing in his shogi career. It is easy to see the dynamic Rei has with the family as they always enjoy his presence. He feels as if he is a burden on them while they see him as family. He slowly starts to warm up to them the more they invite him over. This lyric says to me that no matter the absence in between, when that single voice or single encounter happens, it will give you the power to carry on. When we are together, everything else seems to fade away, and together we shine among the various stars. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this one, but this is what it says to me. This just further highlights how I feel Orion is a love letter from Rei to the Kawamotos. Orion may not be as widespread as Peace Sign, but its popularity cannot be ignored. It is a wonderful send-off to the show March Comes In Like a Lion, while also being a great song to listen to whether you enjoy anime or not. So, you might be wondering, what is he doing now? Well, let me tell you. After his breakthrough hits like Peace Sign and Orion, he began to rise to worldwide acclaim. Whether or not he be singing for an anime, his genius and craft is something to behold. His album Bootleg has gone to be a platinum selling album in Japan, with him selling out concerts all over, with even more on the way. His music has even gone to hit the big screens in the hit anime movie Fireworks. People are waiting with bated breath as his next release is just over the horizon. What makes him so great, I think, is his originality. Everything that he produces is self-made. His songs, his lyrics, to even his animations. Every video he created under Hachi has art that he drew himself. This originality personality is something that is virtually unknown for many artists I can think of. That's what makes all of Kenshi Yonezu's music a breath of fresh air. The biggest thing about Yonezu is how he can put so much emotion and meaning in his songs with such incredible sounds to boot. It's insane how far his words can reach and how strongly they can do so. He connects the gap between the Vocaloid community as a jewel of their creators to the average J-pop community, while staying true to where he came from. If you take nothing else except this from this video, I will be happy. Kenshi Yonezu shows that whether you're going through heartbreak, mental illness, or even everyday melancholy, you can express your emotions and make life something that's worth fighting for. Alright boys and girls, it's the end card. Woo! Well guys, that's all I have for one of my favorite artists. This was such a blast to create, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I sure as hell did. I hope I did my boy Kenshi Yonezu justice with this one. If you haven't heard much of his music, I definitely recommend you do so. You will not regret it. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to join my ever-growing little family, then consider subscribing. I have been seeing so much growth recently that I wanted to thank each and every one of you for coming out to support me. With that, I hope you enjoyed my video on who is Kenshi Yonezu. I'm BriThi, your local DJ, signing off. Sayonara, friends.